Hey Tigers, Marcy here. I'm going to take you through a yoga flow for beginners. A lot of people might see me post, oh I love yoga, yoga feels so good, yada yada yada. You're probably wondering, I don't think so, because it's hard or whatever that may be. My favorite form of yoga is Vinyasa because it's flowy yoga. That means you're able to move and breathe and really connect with your body. So I'm going to just take you like literally step by step through just a small flow, so then you can start picking up these flows on your own. So then when you wake up in the morning, before you go to bed, maybe after a workout when you're stretching, you can do some of these moves and really feel amazing. So let's get started. Alright, so yoga usually starts in child's pose or a resting pose. A resting pose means literally just laying flat so you can connect with your body before you begin, so you can see how your body feels. And then oftentimes after the yoga flow, we'll come back to that same positioning, so you'll see how your body feels once you're done. So let's go ahead and do child's pose for roughly about a minute. So be taking deep breaths. You're really just sinking into the pose. And you're connecting your body with your mat. You're not thinking about anything that's going around with you. After you've been here for a piece, let's walk your left arm all the way over and let's put that right hand on top of the left and let's just stretch. So this is stretching the outside of our body. Should feel pretty good. Under the armpit, the oblique. And let's walk back the other way and let's do the same thing. So left hand over the right and just sink down into that. So yoga is all about breathing. Constantly take long inhales through the nose and exhales through the nose. Alright, so let's come up to tabletop. Let's do some cat and cow where we are looking up, inhaling, and curling in, exhaling. So your wrists should be under your shoulders. So reach up and sink down with that spine as low as you can and curl up as high as you can. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So that should be feeling good, at least I think so. Alright, so now we're going to progress to another flow where we're sitting back into this child's pose and we're coming up, kind of rolling out the low spine really slowly because we're still warming up. So you're sinking back, inhaling, and you're coming forward, exhaling. Sinking back, child's pose. You can kind of rock side to side, warm up the shoulders, and then just come forward. You can roll out the neck a little bit. So this is simply just small movements to warm up our body. Alright, so the next time we go forward, we're going to go into a plank and hold it. And after this plank, we're going to go straight back to down dog. And we're going to walk the dog. So walking the dog simply means bending your legs like you're bicycling. You're warming up the hamstrings because we haven't been using them very much. And again, you're always taking the deep breaths. So you can go side to side, you can move the hips, you can lean. Anything you need to do to warm up the hamstrings. So again, this takes strength. This is a lot of times where people say, oh my gosh, yoga is so hard, I cannot stand it. When I first started this, it was extremely hard. I definitely could not stand it, but once you build the shoulder strength, it's much better. So let's go forward to plank, hold that, and let's go back to down dog. So let's do that a couple more times. Forward to plank. So when you're in plank position, your butt should never be above your head. Plank, your torso should be in line with your spine and your neck facing forward. So down dog, and you gotta breathe and plank. So inhale back, sink into it, breathe up through your nose forward. Inhale back, And breathe out through your nose forward. So inhale back, and let's walk the hands to the top of the mat. So here, this is oftentimes called ragdoll, where you're simply just, teetering back and forth. You're grabbing opposite elbows and you're just rocking. This is a point where you can warm up your neck. You can do yes and no's and I don't knows. Just move the neck all around. And you're also swing side to side to warm up your lower back, to warm up your spine, warm up the hamstrings. And this whole time you're taking deep breaths. All right, so we're going to start with the first little major flow. So I want you to inhale halfway. And when you inhale halfway, if you're flexible enough, your hands will still touch the ground. I'm super not flexible, so my halfway is going to my shin. So I'm going to my shin, I'm drawing my shoulders away from my neck, and I'm acting as though I'm trying to push my head to this wall over here. So you're really trying to separate space between your ears and your shoulders. And as you see, I have a flat back. My back's not rounded. I'm drawing the shoulders back down my spine. Let's go back down. Sweep the arms up. Inhale. You can do a small back bend. And back down. So that's all this first little flow is going to be. I want you to inhale halfway. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale through the nose. So that's all you got to do. That's the first one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And right back down. Exhale. So go at your own pace. Let's do a couple more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And back down. So again, this is a simple flow that simply feels great because it's warming up your spine. It's warming up your lower back. And you're drawing and creating energy into your body, which is what I really like. So I'm going to turn around. You keep going so that you can see how this looks from the front. So I'm just sinking down. I'm coming up halfway. I'm sinking back down, and I'm coming up. Small back bend, and I'm back down. Just like that. And again, yoga is all about breathing. So if you're not breathing, you're not really doing yoga. All right, so let's keep progressing. So let's come up. Let's put our hands down. Let's go back to a plank. Let's do a push-up, or you can lower your knees, go down to your push-up position, come up to Cobra, which your elbows are really tight to your body. You're simply extending up. With the strength of your lower back, you should be able to hover your hands. And let's go down, back to down dog. Let's step forward. Let's come up halfway. All the way back down. Let's go all the way back up. So we're simply building on what we've just started. Hands are all the way up to the back bend. All the way back down. Halfway. Put the hands down. Let's step the feet back. Let's lower down into our push-up. Let's do Cobra. Hover the hands so you know that you're using your lower back and not just your hands. Push up to plank. Down dog. So that's the next little flow. So let's do that a couple times. Step forward. Halfway. Release. Swan dive up. And back down. Halfway. High push up to low push up. And Cobra. Down dog. So if you're not sweating a little bit, maybe your room is extremely cold. But you should be starting to warm up your body. So a couple more at your own pace. That's another good thing about yoga. You go at your own pace. Nobody is pushing you unless you're in some extreme power yoga class. I'm getting my music adjusted. Sorry for all the movement. Couple more. Inhale. exhale, inhale. Exhale through the nose, inhale through the nose. Exhale all the way down, let it all out. Inhale as you come up, and exhale. So let's lower our knees, and let's sit in child's pose. So oftentimes in a yoga class you'll hear you can come to this pose at any time during your practice. If in fact you are exhausted and winded and can't breathe and your shoulders are on fire, you can just come down here and rest your head and hang out. Alright, coming back out of child's pose, let's go back up to plank. Let's go to down dog. So now we're going to speed it up just a tad bit. So those are some fundamental moves and transitioning moves that you'll see in yoga. Alright, so you oftentimes hear yoga teachers say you can jump forward to the top or you can step forward to the top. So how you jump forward to the top, you inhale, you let it all go, and then you jump. So you inhale, exhale, and you jump to the top, you land lightly. Let's come up halfway. Let's go down. Let's go all the way up. Reaching those hands up. Swan dive forward. Halfway. Hands down. You can either step back or jump back. So I'm going to jump back. Lower down. Come all the way up to upward facing dog this time. Upward facing dog. You're not locking out your arms because you could hurt yourself. You're doing a small bend in those arms. And you are hovering those knees off the ground. I'm going back down to down dog. This time, let's lift our right leg up in the air. Alright? Let's bring it forward between our hands to crescent lunge. And let's come up. We're holding that crescent lunge. Just like that. So we're strengthening and stretching our hip flexor. This is balance. This is core. That's why yoga makes you lean. It makes you tone. Hands down and foot back. Let's lift the left leg up into the air. Let's bring that knee all the way up over your heel. Left leg forward, crescent lunge. Lift those arms. Really sink down into that hip flexor. Hands down. Back to down dog. Let's go to plank. Let's lower down. Upward facing dog. Down facing dog. Let's inhale. Let it all go, and we're going to jump forward. Jumping forward, landing lightly. So that's our next flow. So keep following my lead. You can do your own lead, whatever you need to do to make you feel good. Inhale, exhale, right leg up, forward to crescent lunge. Let's sweep those arms up. Inhale, and let's exhale down. Left leg, inhale, forward, exhale, up, inhale, and down, exhale. Back to plank, lower, upward facing dog, down facing dog. So I think you're getting the hang of it. So let's continue as I get adjusted. Right leg up. Inhale. Crescent. Down dog. Left leg up. Crescent. Down. Down dog. Plank. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And jump. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Hands back. Jump back. Inhale. Down dog. Exhale. Right leg up, inhale. Crescent lunge. Sweep it up. And down. Down dog. Left leg up. Crescent. And down. High push up. Low push up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale. And let's jump. Inhale. And let's ragdoll it out again. Alright, we're progressing now to Warrior 2. That's what you see a lot of pictures and a lot of people do. So keep rolling out that neck. I want you to slowly come up. Slow, slow, slow. And you can bring your hands to heart center. Alright, last little flow I'm going to take you through. I want you to sit down into chair pose. So chair pose, your feet are together or shoulder distance apart, your knees are together or in line with your heels. Your hands are going to be up. You're going to slightly twist them in, pinkies come together, and you're going to sit down. And you're not arching or sticking your butt out, but you're actually drawing your core in and you're sinking straight down. We're going to hold this until we start burning and tingling a little bit. And then we're going to go forward. We're going to come up. We're going to jump back to plank. Lower down a push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right leg forward. Warrior 2. Foot forward. Roll that heel at an angle back. Sinking down. So I'm tall, so I need to really widen my stance. My knee is over my heel. And I'm sinking down into this pose. So I'm sinking down, I'm holding, taking deep breaths. Yes, you might burn a little bit. Lean into your hip flexor, but equal pressure should be in both feet, particularly the outside of this back foot. And that's a little hard to do, it takes practice. All right, so let's reverse the warrior. And I used to hate this, but now it feels really, really, really good. Let's go forward to side angle. So we're really extending over. My elbows on my knee, but I can also hover, and it's all core that's keeping me up. Let's go back one more time. And let's go all the way down. Hands down, up, and back down, down dog. Left leg up. Forward to Warrior 2. So I'm sinking down, holding that warrior. Let's reverse the warrior. Inhale. Really reach into it. And extend it side angle over. Make sure you're using your core because you should be able to hover. Back to reverse. And back down. High push up to low push up. I'm going to do baby cobra this time. You don't have to do upward facing dog every single time. Back to down dog. Let's hold for 5 breaths. Two more breaths. And as your next breath, inhale, let it all go out and jump. Halfway. Let's go down, let's go up. And let's sink down into that chair and let's do it again. So we're sinking down, holding it for a tad bit, letting everything build up. And let's go ahead and sink down. That was not a low chair at all now that I felt it. Inhale, let's jump back, let's lower down, let's upward dog up, down dog back, right leg up, to Warrior 1. Warrior 2, sorry. Warrior 2. Reverse the warrior. Really extend through the side body. Extended side angle pose. So if you're more advanced, you don't want your hand on your knee, you can go in front and you can open up. And let's reverse it. We can even straighten this leg out and get an even deeper stretch. And let's cartwheel the hands down. Push up. Upward. Down. Left leg up. Forward. Warrior two. Sink down. Reverse. Extended side angle. Reverse. Straighten the leg if you want to get even deeper. Yes, I crack, but I'm okay. And cartwheel down. Upward. Downward, and we hold for 5 breaths. Put the weight on your fingers as you get more flexible. Your heels will be able to touch the ground. Your gaze should be through your feet. The trick to make sure you're in proper alignment, that you're really extending as you should. You bend the legs halfway, and you simply just put that foot right back in the air. That really helps you readjust down dog. One more inhale, and exhale. Halfway left, and let's roll down on our back. So at the end of a yoga flow is when teachers will oftentimes have you lay on your back, do some additional stretching. You may do hands up in the air and come forward and stretch. I like to do spinal twists because I'm always trying to realign myself. So you can put your arms out to the side or by the wall, but you would inhale, let it all go, and twist, looking opposite directions. Should feel good. And same thing, other side. Then at the end of the practice, you would come back, you would kind of shake everything out, do one last stretch, and you would relax for about 5 minutes to see how your body feels from the time that you started until the time you end it. And it should feel a lot different. And then you oftentimes come back Indian style. You might do a sound of ohms, you might bow, and you'll be done. And it's a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed.